Welcome back to the podcast. I'm here with one of my favorite friends, Elijah Dodd. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Dodd. D-O-D-D. Dodd.
Yes.
Like Department of Defense.
Is there a
Oh, wait,
department?
she's an anarchist. Um, um,
Ah!
so, Elijah, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Okay, well, I'm an artist currently in college.
Ooh,
Um, yes. Um, I have a wonderful kitten who
so
drives me
wonderful.
insane. He does not let me get any sleep. Um,
As they do. As they do.
yes. And as far as like identity stuff goes, I'm queer for sexuality wise. I'll date you if I like you.
Hell
Um,
yeah. Okay, no, I'm kidding.
Gender is just I've labeled it before. I think it's closest to being agender, as in lack of, but really I just prefer to say I'm Elijah.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. So explain. So to a lot of the, um, I don't know, the LGBT community, there's a lot of misunderstanding with um, gender and sexuality. Have you done a lot of research or like a
I would say I actually have just trying to figure stuff out. You end up doing a
actually?
lot. Yeah.
So if somebody tries to tell you that sexuality is the same as gender, what do you say?
Well,
It's not. No. Yeah.
yeah, it's just two totally different things. I mean, it's just who you are versus who you're attracted to. They don't really have much to do with each other, I'd say.
Preach. Preach. Um, so, to all the people that don't know, all the two people listening, um, so to be cisgender is to identify as the gender that you were, that is your
Born with.
biological.
Yes. Yes.
Got it. Okay. And transgender is to not. Is that correct? How
Yeah,
does that
like
work?
cisgender, is that how you pronounce that?
Yeah, cisgendered.
Yeah, cisgender is just you identify with your sex basically, and then transgender is your gender is different than your sex, I guess.
And so then, like, agender is just
Right. Agender is
lack of,
well,
or
right.
how does that work?
Sex and gender are completely different things. Like
Got it.
sex is just like whatever body part you have
Ew.
basically, and gender is more like who you are, I guess. Like, are you a boy, are you a girl, are you neither, are you both, whatever.
Can we talk
um
about, hold on. Can we talk about how a lot of, like, the heteros are obsessed with figuring out what genitalia trans people have?
I've actually just dealt with that yesterday.
Like,
I
it's,
mean, they say they're like, well, I'm not trying to be offensive. I just want to know. And the way they say it too, they're like, is that a boy or a girl? And I'm like, well, I
what do
don't
they identify
know.
as?
Right. I'm like, well, I don't know. Like, we saw someone, I was out with a friend, but we saw someone who, I'm gonna be frank, um, they looked like they were assigned male at birth, and they were dressed female, and someone asked me, is that a guy or a girl? And I was like, well, I don't know. Um,
Were they doing drag, or was it like a
no,
everyday?
no. I mean, it was just like kind of just walking around. I
Got it.
mean, and I was like, well, I don't know. And because like even if someone's dressed like that, I mean, you can't tell unless you ask someone still, no matter how they're dressed or what they look like.
Yeah.
Um, and but they're like, well, I'm not trying to be offensive. I just want to know if that's a boy or girl. And it's like, I just don't understand why it matters. I mean, I don't understand necessarily that curiosity. It's just like you just see someone and it's just like you just have to go like whatever. It just doesn't matter, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Do you so when because I know this has been a problem for me. When you so for me personally, I am afraid to ask what people's pronouns are unless I
Uh-huh.
know them because my anxiety, I guess, I'm just like, what if they take offense to that type of thing?
Right.
And so have how have you seen that? How have you necessarily dealt with it? How has that shaped who you are today?
Well, I would say that people don't usually ask my pronouns. I look, I mean, I've never been on hormones or surgery or anything. I don't plan to because it's just a personal choice.
Money.
But because of that, I look like a female basically, except for the way I dress,
We'll get
which
into
I tend
that.
to dress. Right, we'll get into that. But
I'm excited to
I
get
mean,
into that.
I think it does. I think it maybe confuses people a little bit, but I tend to just be assumed as female. But now I go by Elijah. So when people ask, I think they're like, wow, they dress kind of whatever, and their name is Elijah. So I don't know. But still, I can tell some people suspect that I'm not cisgender, but they never ask my pronouns. And I think it's because, yeah, they don't want to offend people. And honestly, I mean, it is kind of like difficult to navigate. Like um don't I personally feel uncomfortable asking because it's like, well, I don't want to upset somebody, and especially if they thought it was obvious,
Yeah.
or if they're cisgender too, it's like that can be a whole other issue sometimes. Um, or if they're just, yeah, it's like I don't know. I mean, I would never be offended if someone asked me, but you just don't know what the other person is
Yeah.
gonna be like. So I guess maybe it depends context. I don't know, honestly, either. What the best
I'll have to
I
read
don't
some
know.
studies and get back to you.
I mean, most studies will say just ask someone. Like just be like, oh, and what pronouns do you go by?
And
Or
I
whatever.
tell myself that, and I'm like, okay, okay. If I ever get into that situation, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. And then I get
Right.
thrust into that situation. I'm like, crap, you know. Um,
Yeah. I mean, you did a good job of asking me when I was transitioning.
did
Um,
I? I was afraid that I
yes,
wouldn't.
you did. You
Okay.
did. Um, but I can't imagine anyone getting offended, honestly, if you just politely ask what pronouns do you go by, unless they're like transphobic or something, you know?
Because I know for me, if somebody asks, like, if what my pronouns are, I would be absolutely okay with telling them. I would be like, heck yeah. Like, you're so woke
Yeah.
for saying that, just for asking that. Um,
Yeah.
but I, I could see how some people would be like, oh, how, especially if they're transphobic. Because me, I'm not, right? And so I'm
Right.
able to, I'm an ally. Well, I like to think I'm an ally. But, um, so I think it's cool when people ask, just like to be honest,
Right.
um, not just talk behind their back and be like, oh, that's an it, that's a,
Right. I would say that
oh,
I say that the worst part is like when you can tell that someone isn't sure, but they don't ask you.
yeah,
It's like you can just, it's like I don't want to just come out and say, like whatever, because I personally don't prefer any specific pronouns. So I can't just, I feel weird just coming out and saying, you can call me whatever, but it's like, yeah, it's worse when it's just they're like, you can tell that they're wondering and they want to ask, but they don't.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not offensive usually if you're doing it in a respectful context. But some people aren't out too.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, you kind of just have to go situation to situation, I'd say.
I remember back when I wasn't out, I was like, if somebody were like, hey, you're gay or something like that, I would totally be like, no, I'm not. You know?
Right.
Like, what a time. Oh, let me tell you. But, so let's get into my favorite thing in the entire world. Androgyny.
Give
Sorry.
me a 3-second pause. Hang on.
You're good. 1. No, I'm kidding. Perfect time for a commercial break.
Okay, I'm back.
Thank you
I'm back.
to Aquaphor for being our sponsor.
What is Aquaphor?
Oh, I forgot that you listened to the stream last night. Aquaphor is a lip repair. It's like Carmex but better. It lasts.
Okay.
It's immediate relief for severely dry lips.
Oh wow.
You can pick it
I
up at
just
any
used
store. Saliva dries out quicker.
Well, but you have a lot. You have a big supply of it.
I wake up every 2 hours each night when I'm sleeping just to apply Aquaphor.
Oh my god.
That's how dedicated I am to the brand.
Not even to lip care, just the
Yeah,
brand.
just the Aquaphor. Oh, so I love androgyny.
So do I.
It is so hot.
It is.
Let's hold on. So you dabble in androgyny, and I love it.
Yes, I would say most days I try to appear androgynous.
So hot. What made you want to dress androgynously?
Well, I would say when I first really started going into like transition,
Yeah.
I was like, well, I need to appear like male, because, well, I would try to appear as male as possible, and then I would end up somewhere in between,
Yeah.
more towards androgyny. And that was kind of what I was going for. It's like, I know that I'm female, so I'll make up for it by looking male.
Mm-hmm.
And it was maybe kind of like something to prove, I guess, but I don't know. It kind of just, okay, I'll say this. I love fashion. Like, I love it.
Me too.
I dress so weird. I saw something once that was like movies about college that you see as a kid, like, will never prepare you for like the shit you see actual college kids wear. And they put art majors as an example. It's like anything an art major wears, you'll never be prepared for. And it's like, I agree.
Yeah.
I wear the weirdest shit, and I always have my entire life. My whole life, I've always worn just whatever I love.
Good.
And that can get weird, but I love it. So I felt like, yeah, it eventually took its like own weird fashion direction into just, I would say every day, sometimes I'll wear like I like crop tops a lot just because of the way they fit, and so
Yeah.
I wear a lot of crop tops, but I usually then wear like basketball shorts basically or something with them. I mean, I would say every single day, I just usually wear something that is in between. Like, I never wear an outfit that is like completely feminine anymore. sometimes I'll wear an outfit that's usually completely masculine because I still feel like there's a balance. But
Yeah.
usually I just like most of my favorite outfits, they're not the clothing itself isn't even gender. Like I'll wear like a turtleneck and overalls and like a patch jean jacket and like anyone can wear that, you
Yes.
know?
Yes. Who are some of your favorite um models since you like fashion?
uh I don't know models, honestly. Okay, actually, I love Sebastian Stan, and
Yep.
he actually does really good fashion. I love the stuff that brands will put him in, but I fucking okay, Gucci. First of all, kind of overrated, but
Preach.
I love some of the things they have are so ugly that I fucking love them.
Yeah.
But I would never spend that much money on them. Um, but honestly, I just fucking go to like you can go to like literally any store and just find like one weird piece of clothing that you love, and that's just how you build up a wardrobe. You don't need to go shopping for expensive shit. You just need to find some weird fucking clothes that you love. You know, they can cost $2 or $200. It doesn't matter, you know.
Mm-hmm. Um,
But
have you heard of
listen,
what? No, go ahead.
um, Tim Curry in Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Yeah.
Um, fucking legend. He's so hot when he's okay. The opening scene where he first comes in, like the scene where he first comes in. I mean, oh my god, what an icon and like the hottest anyone has ever been ever.
I can't disagree with you.
He was an inspiration to me androgyny wise because it was just like he's so fucking hot. Like, you know?
Yeah. I could totally see. Yeah. Oh. Have you heard of Oslo Grace?
Oh my gosh, I feel like I know the name. Let me see.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, I have not.
Oh, well, you need to do some research.
Yeah, I'm looking at pictures right now. Yeah, this is like a good example, Ethan.
Just go through Oslo's Instagram and you will like start crying.
Yeah,
Hold on,
this
let me
is an androgyny icon.
hold on, let me I just want to read something that Oslo posted. And it's just like it's so unbelievable how Oslo's treated as a fashion model.
Mm-hmm.
Um, hold on, I had to find the post. Doop, 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 doop. I don't know how to. Oh, I found it. Um, so people ask me if I get nervous, and I do, but mostly for the misgendering. If you're a buddy or co-model of mine reading this, and you know I'll see you there, please try to remember my pronouns. I'm not a he or she, however dumb that sounds. It really doesn't feel like a joke. I honestly probably won't have the courage to correct you, but I'm trying to get better. And so there's that. And Oslo's so hot. Oh my gosh. Oslo, marry me. Sorry, I'm just like. But there was a post that said when Oslo's like tour. I don't know how fashion models do they tour. Like, what do they do?
I don't know how that works. Yeah.
Anywho, Oslo was in a city, and the fashion designers were like trying to figure out what their gender was. So they were like peeking in to the dressing room,
Oh my god,
stuff like
that's awful.
that. And I just was like, dang.
That's horrifying.
How can somebody be that like so, yeah, I don't know. It makes me angry.
Yeah.
But like I'm not able to totally understand it because I don't identify as genderqueer, so like I don't understand that.
Yeah.
All I can do is just support.
All right.
But yeah, that made me cry. And anywho, Oslo Grace is an amazing androgyny.
They're very hot, great fashion.
If you
Love
like androgyny, have you seen Marco Marco's fashion show?
Oh.
Oh.
No. I haven't. I'm like, I
That's going to
keep up in I don't keep up in fashion as much as I should. I just do a lot
gay
of
culture.
personal fashion. But I do when I see it, I love it. But I don't look it up, I guess.
If you just search Marco Marco androgyny, you'll cry.
Will I really cry?
Yes. Jason Wimberly is a massive. He identifies as he. Yeah, he does. But. Oh.
Oh wow, this is cool.
If you're seeing anything of what I'm seeing.
Uh-huh.
I'm seeing a lot of skin.
Yes.
Okay. I promise there's more, but like Sasha Velour.
I see some like drag in here, yeah.
The first person to like really help me like learn to do the research was Sasha Velour, because I was like, I love her so much. I have to understand her. Like I feel bad for like not.
Is she just do drag? Is that what it is? Is that what she does? I don't know like what her identity is, I guess.
I feel like I don't. Sasha. Sasha goes by Sasha. She's Sasha. I think Sasha's genderqueer.
Okay.
Or agender.
And then they do drag too.
Yes.
Okay.
Hold on. But yeah, just Marco helped me find like all of. Oh, I follow so many fashion like Instagram. Okay. Yep. Genderqueer.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I've never seen that before. I've like wanted to do drag before, but it's like I'm biologically female, so I think it should be like, and I don't want to do drag as like male because I think it just wouldn't be as fun for myself.
Would you want to do?
I can't just go do drag as like a girl. Like it'd be. I just think it just.
Okay, well, I disagree. I feel like you could possibly get crap for it.
Yeah.
But I mean, you have Sasha Velour, who's genderqueer, and Sasha won season 9 of RuPaul's Drag Race.
Well, the thing is, I think it's different when you're still doing drag of the opposite.
That's
gender
true. You're right.
Dang
it.
Like if I were to do male drag, it'd be different than me doing female drag because I already look female, basically.
Would you want to do female drag?
Yeah, I would want to do female drag.
Because I would love to see that.
But it just, I think, like, I don't know. I don't know. I just think it'd be fun, but I mean, I just feel like I just can't do it because I'm like female. Or like, yeah, I'm like assigned female at birth or whatever.
Well, you should just do it for fun. Um, get a lot of practice up, just lots of practice. And then maybe in like 2 years,
Yeah.
you can totally do it.
I
100%.
could break some drag barriers, I guess.
I would be so honored just to even be on this podcast before you broke said barriers.
Oh my god.
Uh,
I
uh,
get so much shit though.
I feel like you would,
Yeah.
but I mean, so is Peppermint, so is Sasha, and I
Yeah.
get it, it's different for them because they're biologically male, but
Mhm.
hmm, hmm,
Mm.
hmm. Oh my
Well,
god.
also I feel like drag is like it's like as someone who's female, putting on a dress, okay, is different than like doing what like drag is. It's like drag isn't just about like looking like a girl, you know?
Yeah,
Um, I mean, if I put on a dress, I end up with like dysphoria, but like drag is like a whole nother process. It's a whole nother reason for doing it
yeah,
that I feel like that'd be a way that I could express like whatever femininity I have without um like getting dysphoric about it,
yeah.
I guess.
So, to all the people who don't know, could you explain dysphoria?
Mhm.
Because I know it's kind of like it's not known, especially for all the um, like I don't know allies in the LGBT community. I mean,
Mhm.
they're allies, but they don't truly understand like what you have to go through, type of thing. So if you could explain that, that
Yeah.
would be
I'd
wonderful.
say okay. I'd say you don't know dysphoria unless you feel it. It's just like the worst feeling in the world. Like you can just for me, I can just like it almost just like physically hurts, you know? You know when you like hurt so bad that you can like feel it in your chest? It's
Yeah,
like it just hurts so bad. It just is like the worst feeling in the world. And it usually stems from when um you're not feeling like you're usually for me it stems a lot when I feel like the outside of my body doesn't match who I am on the inside. And I think a lot of people can feel like that, even if it's cisgender or something.
yeah,
I mean, I've had cisgender people tell me it's like, so what? Everybody hates certain things about their body. It's like I don't hate my body. It's like I love my body,
you just feel
but I just feel like it's not my body.
yeah.
It's just not mine, you know?
So it's not
Um,
like
it's yeah.
yeah, got it.
I don't think you have to hate your body to be dysphoric about it. For me, it just doesn't feel like me at all. And I've always been someone who wears who I am on the outside of me,
Yeah.
and that has to do a lot with why I love like really weird fashion. So I feel like sometimes it doesn't feel good when you don't match who you are, I guess. Is kind of what dysphoria is about.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, you're right. Gender dysphoria, I mean, you can probably have dysphoria about other things, I would imagine, but gender dysphoria, I would say, is probably a whole nother feeling, definitely, than just, it's just, it's like hard to explain unless you can just feel it. And I think it's a little bit different for everybody, too.
Yeah. Do you, other than dysphoria, are there any like um other things that you can think of that happen when you're non-binary rather than
Yes.
does that
I would say yes. I
okay.
would say that being non-binary and being like transgender in the sense that you are either male or female, I say you face a lot of the same obstacles. Some obstacles are okay, mostly things are the same. There's some things that I don't have to go through, and some things that I do have to go through that binary trans people don't have to go through.
Yeah.
But I'd say most of it is pretty much the same. But some obstacles are like, I'd say that a big one is bathrooms. All transgender people have an issue with public restrooms, but especially here at my college, I mean, everyone's fine. Like, go into a bathroom that you identify with.
Yeah.
But for a non-binary person, it's like there isn't a bathroom for what I identify with. There isn't even a bathroom for me. You know, it's like
Which is stupid. Get on that, President.
I have seen the first time I saw a gender neutral bathroom was actually like there was a male bathroom, a female bathroom, and a gender neutral bathroom. The first time I saw that was actually in a BuzzFeed video, and I cried. I've never seen that before. They weren't even like talking about it. It was just in the background, and I was like, wow. I didn't even know that was like a possibility. And at my college, actually, they're not in every building, but in some buildings like the library and like the student union, they do actually have gender neutral bathrooms that you can use. And I think at the hospital on campus too, they do.
Yes.
And that's really cool.
Yeah.
At first I was like, first time I saw one, I was like, in person, I just went into the female bathroom because I was like way too nervous. But now it doesn't even feel like I feel like it doesn't even feel like especially great. It just feels like right. That's like, okay, this is the bathroom I go to, you know?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Like
we need more of those.
I could see how it would feel. I have no clue what it's like, so I'm not gonna be like, oh, girl, I know. Oh, do I know? Yes, I do, because I don't, and I hate it when people are fake like that. And they try and act like they know everything about you, and they know everything you're going through, but nobody knows everything anybody else is going through.
It's like when actually it's like you can feel as a human, you can feel like you can imagine how someone else would feel. Like you can imagine in your head like, oh, I think that's how this would feel.
Yeah.
But then sometimes you actually end up going through it and it's like, wow, like totally I had no idea. Yeah. It's like totally different, or it's like so much stronger than you could ever just force yourself to feel.
Yeah.
That it's like, wow. You know, I had like I've always been like, oh, I feel like if like my mom died, it's like I feel like I would know, you know, what that feels like a little bit. Just as a kid, I would be like, oh, I feel like I would know how awful that is. And then I actually had one of the most realistic dreams of my life. And then I woke up and I was like, oh my God, that's what that feels like. Because, you know, it's a dream and your brain actually believes that.
Yeah.
I could actually feel it. My chest hurt for hours after I woke up.
I
was like, I mean, I can't go back and feel that strong again because my mom is alive. I can't even go back and feel how strongly that felt. But I did feel that, and it was like such a weird experience. But it's like, wow. Like, I still wouldn't say I know what that feels like because, I mean, who knows? But it was just like the worst. You know?
Yeah.
It's like you really just don't know what things feel like, you know?
Until you actually
until you actually experience them.
Yeah, which is
And a lot of things you'll never experience that other people do, you know? Because that's just, there's so many things in life to
women.
experience.
Am I right, ladies? Well, most of them, except for the nasty minority. Blech. What do they call them? They call them what? I think it starts with an L. I try and blank on the name. Just kidding. It's lesbian or queer female. How do you feel about we'll get into bathrooms a little bit later because I'm fired up on the bathroom issue. But how do you feel about, what was I gonna say? I said bathroom, and then I got wait. Just let's talk about bathrooms, I guess. So,
What?
why do you think so many people believe that if that people who identify as trans, they go into their the bathroom that they identify as? Why do you think that people think that they will fake it so they can go into the opposite gender bathroom to cause harm?
I would say that usually the people who think that they'd fake it are the people that think trans people just want attention to begin with, you know?
Yeah.
And what I have to say about that actually is I've been myself and my own family accused. Just, I think the exact words were, "You've been on the internet too much."
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, well, I didn't even know this existed before I felt like, and I did look it up through the internet, but I never would have looked it up if I didn't feel like this.
Yeah, exactly.
But I would say too, and I don't feel like this anymore most of the time. Sometimes I do, but especially when I was first coming to terms with my identity, I would say, it's like, why would I ever choose to be like, it's like, this is awful.
Reach.
And I face so much shit every day, and it's like, why would I ever choose this, you know? Because there's so much crap you have to face. And I've actually said this before, but like, people in the queer community, like, it's called the pride flag. Like, people think, I think people get confused a lot where it's like, oh, you're proud to be trans, you're proud to be gay, you're proud to be whatever. And so they think that people choose that because it's like, you view it as such a great thing.
Yeah.
No one feels pride for being transgender or for being gay. People feel pride that they are who they are, no matter how shitty situation you have to deal with, you know?
Exactly.
It's like, I am transgender, and I'm proud that I'm fucking can express that and can be open about that, and I'm proud that I'm just being who I am, you know, despite all the crap I have to face. That's what the pride comes from, is to be proud of who you are, no matter who you are. But yeah, I'd say that people then think that you're faking whatever to go into the bathroom. And like, you know how much shit that person has to face? It's like, why would they fake that? I mean, I think some people are even just worried about, like, right, like a cisgender male going into like a women's bathroom. I mean,
what do you have to say to that cisgendered male?
I mean, fuck them. First of all,
that's what I was looking for. Thank you.
That's so scary, and also just awful to the trans community and just females. That's so scary.
It's so awful to literally everyone.
Right. It's just awful to everyone. It's just don't Don't do that ever.
That makes me so angry, so livid.
And same with girls trying to be cute and go into the men's restroom. You're part of the problem. Stop! Don't do that.
Yeah.
If you're a girl, do not go into the men's restroom. Like, it's also probably offensive to men. They also have feelings. I'm sure that makes them uncomfortable, and it's disrespectful to the trans community who has to fight for that right to go into their own gender's bathroom.
Correct.
Yeah.
And I know for me, if I was in like a public restroom with a transgender male, right? I said that right.
Assigned female at birth.
Correct. Okay, good. I was like, oh no. I'm still working through it. See, guys, you gotta just you gotta get some friends. And so, if I was in the bathroom with a transgender male, I wouldn't even know.
Right.
And
well,
so,
if you're fully transitioned, no.
Correct. I wouldn't even care. I don't even look at people. Because I'm afraid that they're going to, like, look at me back, you know? Even if, like, I'm washing my hands. And so, I don't understand why they're so obsessed with that. And, you know, just like the whole you have to show your ID to get into the bathroom. Let's see your gender marker to get in the bathroom.
That's disgusting.
I mean, so I saw a video of transgender male going through top surgery. And after top surgery, they were able to get their gender marker assigned to their gender.
What?
Yeah. I forget what state it was in.
That's what makes the difference.
And
what
so
the heck?
I was like, hold on. So you just have to spend a lot of money just...
But no, because even if you are transgender, say you're a transgender male, what if you don't even want surgery?
Exactly.
Like, not everybody wants to do that, and you can't go to the right bathroom if you don't do that to your body, even if you don't want to. Actually, I've read about that. I actually have, oh my gosh, I saw something about that, I think like on Tumblr or something, about someone who was was like being really pressured to go into top surgery to get that card.
Yeah.
And their doctor told them, well, if you're really a trans man, then you would want this surgery.
Exactly.
And it's like, that is so not true. People have tons of different reasons why they might not want that, you know?
And it's messed up when people do stuff like that. They try and pressure. They're like, oh,
right.
Well, are you truly this or that? Because you're not showing that in your actions. It's
right.
Like, who are you one to talk? Like,
also, gender can be a fluid thing. Say you're a trans man, and then maybe, oh my gosh, no, maybe I'm like non-binary, leaning towards more male than female or something. You know, It's just like, but during that time, you should still be able to go into the bathroom that you feel most comfortable in, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
And so, do you know who Freckle is?
Yes.
Okay,
I love Freckle.
Okay, good. I think I remember us sharing Freckle with each other and just dying laughing.
I love Freckle.
Just because some things are expensive doesn't mean there's...
Sometimes things that are more expensive are worse.
Oh, it's so great. Oh, I rewatched that just so I can hear that line.
I know, it's the best line.
Oh, so good. I'm sorry, cut off
like,
on
so anyway, it's like both their dicks. It's like, oh shit.
Oh, I love Freckle so much. Nip slip. Was it really though?
Was it really though? I love that.
I don't know. Oh, sorry. I just thought of Freckle and I went downhill. Another amazing comedian would have to be Chris Fleming.
Oh yes.
So, not many people know about Chris Fleming,
He's great.
and it's sad. And you were one of like the first people that I met, and you knew who Chris Fleming was.
Yes, I actually found him from that video he does. It's actually a clip from Gale,
Yep,
but
it's
he posted
Company's
it
Coming.
separately. Yeah,
Yep.
it's Company's Coming, where he's being Gale and he's cleaning the whole house, so that way. I think one of the best lines is like, "We can't let people know we sit."
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so accurate on how most housewives are.
Yeah, it
when
is.
Company's coming over.
This is a hand towel.
We need
dish towel.
Dish towel. Yeah.
And then Gail just starts screaming.
Yeah.
Oh. But Chris Fleming is like hilarious.
He is.
And not many people get the humor,
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
sad.
I've shown it to people who are like, it's like they don't get it.
They're like, I don't get it, and it's
Yeah,
like then
they're like
we can't be
confused
friends.
by it, or it's like, okay.
Because it's so. I've seen all of his videos, like every single one,
Yeah,
more than
so
5
have
times.
I. Oh my gosh, that's a lot.
Like I am obsessed with Chris Fleming.
Yeah.
Oh, he's just
Him,
so.
Chris Fleming, and what is it? Jordan Bryan Alvarez.
Bingo.
I think. Yeah, amazing.
Go look them up if you haven't, guys. I know nobody's listening, so it'll only gain them 2 subscribers. Damn it. Followers. What is this? Instagram. No. But yeah. Oh, he's just Jimmy Buffett.
Jimmy Buffett, yeah.
Halloween Candy Countdown. Oh. It's like, oh, a Carmelo. And just like the whole Starbucks elaborate order. It's funny because
Yes.
it's true.
Yes.
Or like the Baby Got Back. Everybody knows the lyrics to Baby Got Back.
Yeah. That was such a good rant.
Oh well. They all know the first verse, but they don't know the 4th verse. And then they're like, "How many little piece of that bubble?" He's like,
Screaming at the top of to prove they know the lyrics.
so hilarious.
Yeah.
In his videos where he's mocking like America's Got Talent or Britain's Got Talent, they're
Yes.
so funny. I'm a virgin. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just. It's so. Like.
It's so good.
What I didn't realize is, with Gail, Chris Fleming is making the voice of the dad the entire time.
Yeah.
And that's like all the whatchamacallit. That's all the voiceover. He's just doing voiceover, and it's like, bruh, the amount of work that he has to put into that.
Yeah. That's crazy.
To not only just film his father walking around from the waist down, and like strategically holding a binder in front of his face so we don't know that it's his,
Yeah.
But I mean, what's her head is Chris Fleming's mom, Bonnie.
Yes, Bonnie is his mom, yeah.
And it's just like so crazy.
I love Bonnie.
That and Bruce. I love Bruce. I love how they all have like a fantasy of being with Bruce, and they will do
I know.
anything.
It's like Bruce is not that good of a man. He is not that attractive.
But he's an orthodontist.
He's an orthodontist.
So that just totally.
And he's married.
That doesn't matter.
That doesn't matter.
It obviously doesn't matter.
Oh.
Oh, I just want more. I don't know. I want more. So.
Did he stop doing Gale?
Oh no, he's coming back with a second season.
Oh, he
third,
is.
Fourth. He's coming back
Whatever
with another
season.
one.
Okay.
And
I feel like he hasn't come out with one for a long time.
He hasn't, because he's been working on the live stuff and Show Pig.
Yeah.
Show Pig is hilarious.
I haven't seen it yet. It's in my watch later, but it's in my list.
You will die watching.
I've seen the clip he posted a few months ago. It's like a 15-minute clip or something.
Is it the Korean spa?
Yes, it's the Korean spa. That was the best thing I've ever seen.
You need to put some clothes on. I know it's for babies. Dude, how can he come up with this stuff?
I don't know.
I want to be that.
Oh, and then wasn't that also he talked about he was at that wedding.
Yes.
And he made his cousin chug the wine. Yeah.
And then the only picture that they have is him holding his arm, like he's waiting for his.
That look on his face.
So you're also a fan of Janelle Monáe, is that correct?
Yes.
So, do you like having? So, do you know how Janelle Monáe, what she identifies as sexually? You don't have to. I'm not like.
No, I don't know. I think she's. I don't know. I know she's queer. I don't know what she identifies as.
She identifies as a queer ass motherfucker. A free ass motherfucker. So.
Okay.
Basically, she's queer. You could consider her pan.
That's how I am.
She doesn't care.
Like, you could call me pan, but I just prefer queer. It's just whatever, you know.
Because I mean, what she identifies as is how she feels. So.
Right.
Yeah. Exactly. Do you think that we need more, like LGBT plus influencers?
Definitely, obviously, but one thing I will say about like the queer representation, mostly in media.
Okay?
I think, look, representation is so important, but something that happens a lot is that people like I guess just Hollywood, I'll say, absolutely uses that against the queer community.
Yeah.
Like, not even necessarily against, but it's become a thing where it's like people will come see this because it has a queer character. And I don't think that's actually like a good reason to go see something. I don't think that we should have to get excited about something just because it has a queer character in it.
Yeah, like
because
Love, Simon.
It's a shitty movie, but I mean, it has a queer character in it, so we'll go see it. Love, Simon, actually, I'm going to say something controversial. I didn't see Love, Simon.
That's fine. I know a lot of people haven't.
But I feel like, well, the reason I didn't was because I'm not a person who goes and sees rom-com. So I was like, I'm not going to go see this just because it has a gay character in it. But, I mean, I think it was really cool and important that they did have just a mainstream. They've had rom-coms with, well, actually, most movies starring a gay person actually ends up ending pretty depressingly. But
Yeah, with them
so
dying
I
of
think it was so
AIDS. Yeah.
important that they had like a really positive mainstream movie with a queer character in it, with just teen romance that whatever. I think that's great.
Look up that
But
name,
what name?
the Keenan Lonsdale. So Keenan was the one of the characters on Love, Simon, and he is queer. Like, he's actually queer, but in the movie he was
Uh-huh.
the kid who came out at the end. So he's just really hot.
Yes, I see him now.
I just wanted to
He's
point that
attractive.
out. Sorry. So hot. No, how do you feel about straight people are the only people, mostly the only people that play gay characters?
Well,
Because, like, we have Casey Cott on Riverdale. He's straight.
he is.
Matthew, what's his head on Shameless, is actually straight. So, like, if you think of a show where there's a gay guy in it or something, turns out, like, 90% of the time, they're straight. And so
Here's what I'll say about that. I've actually saw something when there was a lot of controversy that Scarlett Johansson, she was going to play a trans male character. I saw it didn't upset me as much as did a lot of other people, and I didn't fully understand why until I saw a tweet like this. It was a trans female actor that posted something. She's like, we wouldn't even be upset about this if trans people were getting into the same rooms as like people like Scarlett Johansson is. It's like, and I agree with that. I think that if they're casting straight people to play gay people,
just for the views,
that alone is like whatever. But it's only okay if you're also able to cast gay people to play straight people.
Exactly.
You know? It's like, if you're doing that, it's like, who cares? Like, I feel like in that situation, okay, I feel like if it's like you're playing a gay character, it doesn't necessarily need to be a gay actor. But I feel like if the character or the story you're telling is like about what it's like to be gay or to be trans, I feel like a cisgender or a heterosexual actor isn't going to be able to know how to play it right, because like we said earlier, you just don't know how it feels.
Yeah.
So how are you supposed to act it if you don't know what that feels like? Like, I feel like some things are so much more easily imaginable. Like having, like, people act like in a movie maybe their best friend will die or something. I feel like that's almost a more easy acting job, because we all expect something and know like what kind of reaction to expect from that. But being trans is such a unique experience, and it's so different for everyone, that it's like, how are you supposed to know how you're playing this? But more important, who is the writer that's like writing this?
Exactly.
I feel like even more important than whoever's playing it.
Because are they representing that community the way that they actually, like, who they actually are, or are they just doing it
right
for the maximum profit?
Right. It's almost better. It's definitely better if you have like a transgender writing Actually, let's just take well, I'll say it. We'll have a transgender like who wrote like a whole fucking movie script. Okay?
Yeah.
And then maybe it's like I feel like that's way important. If the story's about being trans, I feel like having a trans writer is going to be 10 times more important than having a trans actor. It'd be nice to have a trans actor, but
As long as
the
it's
writer's
represented.
trans, it's right. As long
Yeah.
as it's accurately represented, then it's like at the end of the day, it's Hollywood, so they all are just actors. So I feel like sometimes it just gets like way too political. It's like I don't know in what context it's okay and when it's not. It's just, I mean, yeah. I mean, if you're representing everything well, and as long as gay people aren't getting stigma in their own roles and they're able to gay and trans people are able to play the roles they want to play, whether or not it's a trans role or a cisgender role or whatever, then it's like, well, whatever, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
I think there could be a benefit in, I think there's definitely a benefit in trying to cast a gay person for a gay role or a transgender for a trans role. But I don't think in all situations it's necessary.
But as long as the writer and it's they, or
I think it's way more important for the writer,
exactly.
or if you're doing, or if it's like a show or like a minor part in a, bring in friends and talk to them and help and ask them questions and have them help them write that character if you really want to be true to that experience.
Preach. So I know you're for anarchy, but if you ever feel about running for president, I'll be your vice president.
Okay. Just to say, I don't want there to be. I feel like the term anarchist is so misleading. I'm not about chaos. I'm about peace. Okay.
Oh, I absolutely get that.
I know, but
you want to see the world burn.
No, see, that's what people think when you say it. It's like, no, I just don't believe in government. I don't think other people should be able to tell people what to do, basically. But that's a whole other conversation.
That's a whole other podcast.
And I hate talking about government.
That sounds like a great podcast, though, because you hate it so much.
I could start a podcast where we talk about government, and I just hate it the entire time.
Good.
That'd be great.
Good. Well, we will have to have you back on some other time, Elijah.
I would love to.
So one of the last questions. Is it Elijah or Elijah?
It is. Okay, it's the letter L, the letter I, and then J. J-U-H. That's not how it's spelled. That's how you pronounce it. So L-I-J. Elijah. Yeah.
So it's not Elijah.
Right. It's Elijah. I feel like in public, like when I go to Starbucks or something, they'll be like, what's your name? I'm like, Elijah. And they'll be like, A. I'm like, no, it's E-L-I-J-H. And they're just like, oh, Elijah. It's like,
because of the Bible.
Whatever.
I will have to remember that. Okay, good to know. Well, once again, thank you, Elijah. Right?
Yes.
Right? Yes. Thanks for being on the podcast. I love.
Thank you for having me.
Because I learned so much, and I love that. I love it. I love to learn. And like I said, we'll have to get you back on here sometime soon.
Yes, I definitely feel like there's so much more we could talk about.
Oh, there is. We just scratched the surface.
Yes.
All right. Well, to all the people listening, once again, our sponsor is Aquaphor. Thank you, Aquaphor. And if you actually ever pay
Aquaphor.
me, I will pay you to pay me. Wait a minute.
You can pay me less than what I paid you.
Yeah, exactly. As long as I get like 75% of it back, I do not care. Just send me a bunch of free Aquaphor. I keep saying Aquaphor way too much.
Yeah.
They're gonna like copyright this podcast.
That's the name of the podcast now, is Aquaphor.
Aquaphor. But yeah, we'll see y'all next. Y'all. Ooh, I was born in Texas.
Yeah,
I was born.
Just coming out.
I was born. Okay.